Robert Heffernan, Endotech. This is Blockchain Vitals. This is our weekend edition because cryptos never sleep. You can trade them 24/7, 365 days a year. That means Saturday and Sunday is open for trading. It's kind of like the casino. It never closes, although the riffraff tends to show up in the wee hours. But the crazy thing about crypto is it's not the wee hours in Asia as it's morning there on Saturday. And if you want to trade cryptos, sit down at the con and start firing. We used to say when we were migrating from the trading floor to the trading room and we were looking for trading talent, we'd invite somebody in and ask them if they can do that. Can you do that? Oh, hey, he's a trader. Welcome. Get him a desk. Let's go. Get them fired up. Because all you got to do is point and click now to trade. Incredible. We need to do the rounds, and then we're going to take the vitals, and that's what we do. Doing the rounds, we do it every day. Talking things in cryptosphere. Excuse me. Hey, you didn't even see it. What's jumping out at me? And a couple of things. First of all, I forgot to mention yesterday, the Northern Trust in Chicago, 8 trillion more, or more than 8 trillion in custodial accounting and custodial handling. 8 trillion, 8 with a T. Congratulations, by the way, to Apple as the first company to have a market cap of 1 trillion. It's truly incredible. And while I'm on Apple, let's just jump right to it. I don't have to do it later. You can get our app at the Apple App Store, and you can have our signals quickening your pulse 24/7, 365 days a year on your iPhone. Just download the app. It's free for another 5 days through August 8th. After that, you're going to need to pay for it. So if you are an iPhone user, please download the endotech.io app and have our information at your fingertips. What a great segue that was. It doesn't happen all the time. Anyway, congratulations to Apple on 1 trillion. But anyway, back to Northern Trust. Northern Trust, a giant custodial of people's funds and wealth, saying they're going to get into the crypto custodial service. And this just, one news story after another, Jamie Dimon telling me that none of this is going away, Jamie Dimon. Bitcoin is not a scam, Jamie Dimon. If it is, why would Northern Trust be getting into it? Another news item from today, Jeffrey Sprecher, founder of ICE, the ICE Exchange, the owners of the New York Stock Exchange. I mentioned in a previous segment about how there's some bad blood and always has been between the Chicago Board of Trade and the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Rivalry, not necessarily bad blood, but still it's stuck in the craw of the Chicago Board of Trade members that the Merc bought them out, right? No, they don't want it. The Merc bought them out. We bought you out, all right? The Merc bought you guys out. Sit down, shut up, stuff like that. And I can't imagine that the long-standing members of the New York Stock Exchange, how did they feel when this ICE, this little upstart exchange, bought the New York Stock Exchange? Anyway, back to my story. Jeffrey Sprecher, all in on Bitcoin. Starting another company, can see Bitcoin being a global force and a global store of value, a global currency. All of these things. So cryptos never sleep, and they have woken giants now. Cryptocurrencies have woken giants. It doesn't get much bigger than the New York Stock Exchange, ICE, and the Northern Trust. So, and then, a couple of quotes out of UBS today. One strategist saying, Bitcoin not stable enough to be used as real money. I just can't even believe somebody could say something like this, because it's real money, because you can transfer it and then you can turn it into any fiat currency just about that you want, and then you can use that transfer, that money. What isn't money about this scenario? Please tell me how it's now. Of course, there's risk in the fluctuation, and but there's also risk in holding the Venezuelan currency. There's risk in numbers of currencies across the planet that we call currency or money. So the most incredibly stupid thing I've heard this week. And then out of UBS, I don't know if it's the same guy. A lot of times, all I can do is read a headline because I get too aggravated to read the whole thing. All right. This out of UBS too, that Bitcoin needs to trade to $213,000 a Bitcoin to be a viable replacement for the US dollar. Where do you come up with that level? The fact that it can fractionalize, because we can use decimals here. Why does it got to be $213,000? I don't know. But two statements out of UBS, somewhat contradictory. And then you got other people like Northern Trust and the New York Stock Exchange just saying, we're getting in, man. We're getting in. You can say whatever you want. You can tell me that it's not real money, but I can tell you I can spend Bitcoin because you can send it to me. I can flip it immediately. Merchants can flip it upon payment immediately, and then either trade the balance, right? Or spend the money, turn it into fiat and spend it. What is not money about that? You got me aggravated now. All right, anyway, how about the price action? I don't know who said where he thought Bitcoin was going. Oh, yeah, that was me. And the weekly, just incredibly powerful now. Both the upmo level and the average level on this weekly, incredibly powerful. Playing a little ping pong now here. And we're going to take the vitals. But before we do that, I want to just mention again all the awesome stuff coming out at endotech.io. Increased frequency of signals now on 8-hour time frames or fractals. Individual coin signals now pushing buy and sell or flat signals to multiples. And as we work through databases more and more every day, customizable portfolios. We have 6 predefined portfolios. And man, you can get to work on build your own portfolio. Manage accounts now. We're working with wallet and exchanges to do that work for you. So please visit endotech.io and subscribe. All right, we're going to take the vitals, and I'm going to talk about what I'm looking for this weekend on this trade setup. I jumped in at the levels I talked about yesterday. And right now holding, but I will not hold and stick my head in the sand if this does not develop like I'm hoping that it will. It's got to tell me a story to stay involved with it. Holders would be the worst NFL coaches ever, right? The worst. Coach, he's thrown 7 interceptions in the first half. I know, let's put him out. I think he's just getting his feet wet. I think that. Come on. As the story unfolds, you need to react. That's all there is to it. Anyway, I got to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd because this part of the show is for Endotech subscribers and Pareto Network coin holders only. So if you want to watch actionable trading segments, my view on the market, what I'm actually doing, you need to subscribe or own Pareto tokens. So please, go do that. See you later, YouTube.